Welcome inside the last Knicks in 6 of 2021. I'm Rebecca alongside my guy Kaz. And Kaz, for the last Knicks in 6 of the year, I say we flip COVID on its head and talk about the positives that have come out of the Knicks being decimated by health and safety protocols and talk about all the things that have actually been the blessings in disguise. So I'm going to flip it over to you. What do you think?
Yeah, the blessing in disguise is the perfect way to describe it, because I feel like Knicks fans, especially given the way the season has started out, has really wanted to see what else is on this roster that could probably lift the spark up to kind of replicate the same success the Knicks had last year. And we've gotten that, especially when it comes to the young players, the Quentin Grimes of the world, Miles McBride, Obi Toppin, Immanuel Quickley. Those four guys, all Knicks draft picks, all taken within the, except for McBride in the first and the second round. I've always said you can always tell the health of an organization and a franchise by how well they're drafting and how ready they are when first given their opportunity. And through no share of happenstance, every time these young players had a great game, COVID took them right out. But I think what we can take away from it is that they've all shown that they are completely capable NBA players and guys who can contribute, not just for the future, but they do all things right now that can really help the New York Knicks. Miles McBride, a lockdown defensive player, against the Detroit Pistons, he was a plus 39 with the 0 points. That is a rarity. Only the second time in NBA history that has ever happened. On top of that, Quentin Grimes, knockdown shooter, and a lockdown defender, two things that the Knicks really needed this season. So, unfortunately, it had to come because of COVID protocols, but I think Tibbs and the Knicks gang have seen that they got some gems on their bench.
I agree with you, but I think one of the best parts about it is that these weren't just one and done performances where they were asked to step in because guys were out due to health and safety protocols. Now they're beginning to find some of that consistency. And you take Quentin Grimes, for example. I love that he had his best game as a Knick right before the game before he entered health and safety protocols, obviously not knowing that that was going to happen. But then he goes through his quarantine and he backs that up with 2 double-digit scoring games on top of solid defense. So to me, I think the silver lining for him there is that he learned, okay, it wasn't just me taking advantage of one opportunity. It's me seeing that I can play in this league and I can do my thing.
Rebecca, I feel like I try to represent as much sensible Knicks fans as we possibly can. So let's keep it on the light side. Let's keep it on, finding those blessings in disguise. And we loved Julius Randle last year. He finished top 5 in MVP voting, all NBA player. But I think every Knicks fan could tell you he needs some help. He can't do it by himself, especially when he's not playing to the level that we're accustomed to. And I think one of the blessings is every week there's been somebody else who has stepped up and shown that, hey, I can help this team out too. Kemba Walker, for example, Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Mitchell Robinson, who dropped, I think, 25 pounds at the beginning of the season and has been absolutely dominating on the boards on this current road trip that the Knicks are on. Alec Burks, the Swiss Army knife. You need him at point guard, he got you. You need him to get some buckets. You need him to go play some defense. Everything you need him to do, he's done it. And of course, Obi Toppin. Anytime he gets in the game, I feel like he's either ending up on the top 10 highlight reel or doing something to light the Garden crowd up. So I think with Julius Randle hopefully coming back into form or something close to it last year, now he can look down at that roster and say, okay, if I ain't got to go, and I know one of these guys can help pick me up. And I think that's one of the benefits of, not having all your roster at the same time.
Yeah, overall. And, one more point that I want to make, Kaz, with this whole thing is, we've heard the leaders of this team, Julius Randle, we've heard Taj Gibson, we've heard Kemba Walker. And by the way, how about Kemba Walker? This guy sits for weeks and then comes back Eastern Conference Player of the Year, as you mentioned, and he has just been phenomenal. I love that he has shown the league, hey, I'm here, I still have stuff, I'm still going to bring it. And he's showing it. I love that. But I think, when you talk about the leadership from these guys, they've been talking a while now, kind of getting through this stretch of really needing to come together as a team, And I think when you go through a phase where you lose 6, 7 guys for an extended period of time, you really do have to come together as a team. You are tested. You are still playing NBA teams every single night. I don't care who's in protocol. And the fact that they've put these 3 wins together here, I think shows a lot about how willing they are to dig deep and find a way to win games. And I think they're seeing now that they can do that. If they keep that focus there, if they keep that intensity there, if they bring that defense, which was kind of what they were looking for. And so as we head into 2022, and I hope never talk about COVID again, I hope that they're seeing that they can put together the body of work that they want to put together. And I think this could ultimately be a springboard for what they need more of in 2022.
Rebecca, you're not wrong. Beggars can't be choosers. So if you're a Knicks fan, you'll take a win however you can get them in these crazy NBA times. That is the wonderful Rebecca Haarlow. My name is Kazeem Famuyide, and this has been Knicks and Six right here on MSG Networks YouTube page. See you soon.